Hello, welcome back. Welcome back. Let's get Dr. Chris added to our live so we can get started. There he is. Hey,
Hi.
y'all.
Okay.
All right, friend.
Okay. And you ready?
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. So I'll go ahead and get us started off. Hey y'all, hey. Welcome back to It's Safe Speak Your Truth. On the last episode, we had our very first story time, and we briefly talked about our experiences when we were homeless while we were pursuing our dreams of becoming a doctor and a cosmetologist. Hey y'all, I'm Kai the Hood Therapist. I am a spiritual advisor and I am a licensed cosmetologist for 11 years. Okay, so I'll go ahead and turn it over to my friend and co-host, Dr. Okay, Crystal Gans, and let her pop her shit, and then we're gonna get started with today's education hour.
Okay, friend. Thank you for the introduction, friend. As she stated, my name is Dr. Chris, and this is another episode of It's Safe Speak Your Truth. And today we are on episode 10. Episode 10. And we will be discussing spirituality. A lot of people think as a spiritual person or spiritual people in general are different, and they have these different stigmas or ideas about what they think spiritual people do, what they are, the things that they practice. And we're going to, okay, cousin, we explore that. Like Kai said, she mentioned what we discussed on the last episode, and today, like I said, we're talking about spirituality. And so I can speak for the both of us when I say a lot of our upbringing was surrounded by, not really being able to practice a different way, right? Not being able to, not knowing what to heal, and to have our own connection, and our own understanding of the world around us, and being able to ask questions, dive deeper into that. And so I know a lot of people that I connect with, they do have questions. And so we're going to dive in because our very own Kai, the hood therapist, will be leading this education hour. And so the first I want to start out with you, Kai, is what is spirituality?
All right, so spirituality. So I have the actual definition of what spirituality is. And according to Wikipedia, spirituality is the meaning of spirituality has developed and expanded over time, and various meanings can be found alongside each other. Traditionally, spirituality referred to a religious process of reformation which aims to recover the original shape of man, oriented at the image of God, as exemplified by the founders and sacred texts of the religions of the world. So, spirituality, like it said, the original definition of spirituality is to recover the original shape of man, which is the image of God. So in the Bible, it talks about God made us in his image. So if you are made in the image of something, that will make you what that something is, right? Like I said this in another live a few episodes back. Like if a cow has a cow, it's a cow. So if God created us in his image, then that makes us gods, right? Some of y'all may disagree, but I got some Bible verses to back that up too. So that is what spirituality is. It's getting to know the God in you.
Thank you for providing that definition. And I can hear the people like, you ain't no God. Okay, we understand. It's gonna take some time or understanding or clarity for you to be able to realize who you are and whose you are. We always talk about. We're not gonna get into that. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please feel free to put them in the chat. But I'm going to the next stigma associated with spirituality, and maybe you can provide clarity for those on the call with us. A lot of people say, spiritual people, they worship their ancestors. Do all spiritual people do this? And exactly what does that?
Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Mommy of Twins, 2014. So to that question, do all spiritual people worship their ancestors? First, before we even get into that question, we're going to look at the definition of an ancestor, okay? Because I can only tell you certain things from my experience, and then there's things that I can tell you from research, and there's things that I can tell you from both perspectives. So, what is an ancestor? An ancestor is a person typically one or more remote than a grandparent from one who is descended. And that comes from Oxford Languages. So, do I worship my ancestors? No, I don't worship my ancestors, but I do thank them. So, basically, just say that your ancestor is a relative, right? So, your ancestor is a relative. So, let's say that you had, a cousin that you was close with, and that cousin passed away. And you and that cousin were really close when that cousin was still on this earth, still had a body, right? Because this is just a vessel. Because your energy cannot be created or destroyed. So when a person dies, I really like to say transition, because they just switching from one vehicle to the next. Just like you have in a car and you get into an accident, you total that vehicle, that vehicle is no longer usable. So then you just get another car. It's the same thing that happens to our spirits. Our physical bodies are just that, vehicles for our souls, it's a house, it's a temple for your spirit. So when this physical body is totaled out and it cannot be used, the body is put to rest, but the soul, the energy goes elsewhere. Okay? So if your cousin passed away, that means that energy is still present. So you can still communicate. You can still call that energy within. You can have an altar, an ancestor altar set up where you can call on that person. Just like if you needed advice or something, and it's like, you know what, that was a cousin I know that can give me really good relationship advice. Man, I wish that person was here to talk to me and give me some advice right now. So you may not get your physical, the body that you're used to, but that energy is going to come to you through somebody else. And a stranger might see you on the street and might drop a quick little word and might tell you something about a relationship that you didn't even know that you needed to hear. That was just that energy using that body to give you a message. So in turn, you give an offering like, hey, thank you. Thank you. I did receive the message. So that's just like, I may go to Dr. Chris for some advice and she gives me advice and I tell her thank you. Or I may want to gift her with something. That don't mean that I'm worshiping her. I'm just telling her thank you. Who wants to just be used and not giving something in return? That's basically what it is. You're not worshiping anyone. It's just saying thank you so much for helping me. Thank you for looking out for me in these physical and spiritual streets. That's what it is. Is I don't worship my ancestors. So let me say this. Some spiritual religions, they do actually worship their ancestors. But I want to normalize two things being true at one time. So yes, some spiritual people actually do worship their ancestors and the orishas and the other gods and goddesses, but I just show thanks. So it's a difference. And both can be true at one time. So that's that.
Thank you for that. Do you have any comments, questions? If so, put it in the chat. And so this that brings up the idea that I had. I see a lot of people be like, "Oh, you don't know. I can't control how my ancestors protect." You know, when people do you dirty, or they talking about you, or they saying these different things about you, or, you know, when you're starting to learn yourself and heal and grow and all of these different things, you're actively breaking away from toxicity. Some of the toxic ties that you had with relatives or friends or whatever, when you start to learn who you are and address those things, and you refuse to perpetuate the cycle of toxicity, of trauma, of pain, you're going to get some pushback, right? And sometimes when you know who you are, you have a certain aura about yourself. Like, you know who you are, and people around you can see that you know who you are. And that can kind of trigger some people. So sometimes, because they have not dealt with themselves or have healed for themselves, they'll project their insecurities onto you. And sometimes they also do things intentionally to hurt you, to break you, to discourage you, to demean you, to make you think that you're tripping, that you're not what you think you are. You think you're all that. This, we already talked about that projection and that deflection in previous episodes. But that just goes to show I cannot control how my ancestors protect me. So it's not, you have to really be careful about how you interact with people, right? How you treat people, how you speak to people, because you don't know how hard their spiritual team goes for them, especially when you're dealing with a generational curse breaker, the one that's breaking these ties and these patterns of toxicity and actually healing the bloodline. The previous people that have since passed on, your grandma, your grandpa, your auntie, all of these people that have passed on, they are still, like you said, their energy is within you. Their blood is flowing through your veins, right? And so if you're the one that's stepping up and you're the one that are addressing these things, you're gonna get these different people, these individuals that are going to try you. And so I think that goes with worshiping ancestors also. You don't have to worship them. I definitely don't. But like Kai said, I acknowledge them. I see what they have struggled with. I see where they left off. And me, I'm stepping up to the plate. And I do ask for guidance, not just from, you know, my previous family members or relatives, but also from God. So let's shift to this next question, or this next stigma that I have for you. Spiritual people don't believe in God. Is that true?
No, it's not true. Um, a lot of people say spiritual people don't believe in God. Um, what I will say is they may not resonate with Jesus, but we believe in God. Like, you have to realize that, for one, that God is a title. It's a title. So there's many gods. So it's not that we don't believe in God, just probably don't believe in the same one that you believe in. That's it, that's all. That don't make, people evil. Like, and also people get mad when we say the universe. I look at it as all the same. I use it interchangeably. God, universe, divine, creator, most high, source. It's pretty much all the same thing to me. That's just like, mom. How many moms they have out here in the world? Yeah, mom is a title, but that mom has a name, and that mom may go by other names. Her siblings may call her a name. Her parents may call her a different name. Her friends may have another nickname for her. So you have to realize what God you are, serving. That's the most important thing. You knowing who you serving, because you can go in the store. A kid can go in the store and can scream, "Mom!" I bet you everybody that's a mom is gonna stop and turn around. So when you say God, what God are you talking to? All right, let's see. What's the difference in religion and spirituality? I had to leave, so I don't know if you. No, I actually didn't address anything about the difference between religion and spirituality. And we talked about this yesterday. And it's just because I don't want this to be spirituality versus religion. That's not what I want this to be about. So because it's like I said earlier, two things can be true at one time. So just because, Christians may do something a certain way or religious people may do stuff a certain way, people that spiritual just do things their own way. It's not like a cookie cutter, one size fits all. You have to do this, you have to say this, say these exact words. That's more of a religion. But spirituality, you just do what resonates with your soul and you just listen to your intuition. But no, we not really gonna compare spirituality to religion just because a lot of people already do that. And I just want this to be a platform, where we don't have them problems. We don't want the problems. So, but we we might talk about that another day, but we kind of just focus on religion itself, um, and it'll just be about religion and not to compare the two. Um, but okay, so wait, now what we was talking about?
I asked you about that all spiritual don't believe in God.
Oh, yes. Okay, so yeah, you just have to know what God you're talking to. You have to know. So it's definitely important for you because this is a journey. This is a journey to get to know yourself, right? So we all let's just say we all friends, we all know each other, but we all know other people, right? So just because I may hang with this group of people, but this group of people is going to help me get to where I need to go, just like a career. We all have different careers. So we all have different soul purposes. So something that resonates with you might not resonate with me because that's not a part of my soul purpose. So just because it don't resonate with me, it don't mean that it's right and it don't mean that it's wrong. It's just not for me. And I think that's where people kind of get scared on the spiritual journey because you really are guiding yourself. You are listening to yourself. You are tuning into the God within you, your intuition, and you're not giving your power away to nobody. And I see that's what a lot of people do. They give their power away. Oh, I give it to you. Oh, I put all my burdens. So yeah, that's fine. You can do that. But also in turn, what are you doing? Because a it's a group effort, no matter what you subscribe to. Faith without works is dead, and that's just what it is. But yeah, we believe in God. It just may not be. We probably just don't resonate or communicate with the same one that you do. But that don't mean that we evil. That don't mean that we're gonna burn in hell.
I can definitely resonate with that. The point where you're listening to yourself. I struggled with that for a very long time, like just listening to me and knowing what it is that I need for me rather than someone telling me what I need for me. I've lived my life that way for a very long time, allowing people to guide me and direct me, and that's fine, but I've given people more control over me than I had over me. And I think when I started healing and addressing that that pattern, that behavior, it was scary because I start to realize, okay, this has been instilled in me for years. Like since I was a little girl, a young teenager, all of this, I was taught, I was conditioned to look for validation, guidance, peace, all of these things in other people rather than myself. And so now I'm shifting to listening to me, and it's like, oh my God, like I don't know, like am I doing the right thing? Because again, I've always had someone telling me what to do. Now I've X'd all of that out, and now I'm listening to me, my soul, my spirit. What makes me feel good? What brings me peace? What brings me my own validation, my own internal yes, like makes me feel good. And that's new territory for me. And so a lot of people sometimes they think they're doing it wrong, or they're not doing the right thing, or they're just endlessly walking, forward. They feel like they might be on the right track, but because they don't have people around, oh, you're doing good, this is what you need to do, it's that's not the way it is in spirituality on your healing journey. Like, my journey is my journey, your journey is your journey, my best friend's journey is her journey. Like, we can't compare, but like I said before, we can use each other. We can go to each other like, hey, I'm experiencing this. Have you dealt with this? If so, how did you navigate through it? What did you do to help you get through this phase of your particular journey? We can talk about it. We can exchange, tips and, things that have helped us get through or navigate this unknown space. But again, it's what I'm going through is not going to always be what she's going through. But we're able to pour into each other as we're going through it. I don't know if that makes sense to everyone, but your spiritual journey is not going to align or resonate with everyone. What you might need to heal from doesn't mean that somebody else that you're connected to will also need to heal from that, or will they want to heal from what they need to heal from. Healing takes courage. We always say that. So just keep it in mind, like, you might be confused or trying to figure things out or feeling like, okay, what am I doing? That's normal. That's normal, especially when you've always been told this is what you should be doing. This is how you're supposed to move. When you break away from that, it's kind of like you're starting from scratch. You're trying to figure it out on your own, and you're listening to you rather than other people. So it's like going on a journey with a tour guide. We all may be on the same journey being guided. However, we're all going to come out with perspectives of what we saw, heard, and learned. Exactly. Like, might be going through it together, but what we pull from the experience is not going to always be the same with the person we're going through it with. So that's something you have to be comfortable with. You have to be comfortable being uncomfortable in order to reach the level that you said you wanted to reach in the first place. Oh, you want to heal? Okay. What you willing to dig up? How deep you trying to go? And and that's scary. Like, again, sometimes you're not ready. Sometimes you're like, ooh, this is too intense. Let me slow down. Ooh. And that's okay. So next thing, next stigma. And please continue to put, things in the chat. Like, we're definitely going to acknowledge and address it. The next thing I have for you, all spiritual people do is worship crystals. What is that doing? Like, what is that for?
Girl, I can't tell you how many times I've seen people post stuff like that, like on Facebook, to be shady or whatever. But I don't be caring, Like, crystal's not God. Sage isn't God. Incense isn't God. Bitch, we know. Ain't nobody saying that shit but y'all. It's always the people that don't know nothing about nothing that be having everything to say about everything. So yes, we know that crystals are not God, and we do not worship crystals. I don't take these crystals around my neck and in my hair and be like, oh, holy crystal, how I love thou and worship thee. Oh my God, just give me all of the energy and the girl. No, that's what y'all think we be sitting around here doing. No, that is not what we're doing. Crystals they just help to boost what you already working with. So it's just like you have Wi-Fi, right? And let's say you have a big home, right? So, after a few feet, your Wi-Fi connection, it gets a little, spotty. It don't stay connected. So you have to go get a Wi-Fi extender, right? So with that Wi-Fi extender, you can take that and you can put it in the other areas of the house, and it's going to help your Wi-Fi signal from your original router. It's just going to boost the signal to get to the other places in the house that it can't get to by itself. That's basically what crystals do. They take your energy that you already have within you, and it helps to amplify, or it helps to attract in what you want. It's not that we worshiping them. We don't worship crystals. We don't do that. And if I don't know, just ask. Like, it's so much better just to ask than just to assume, because 10 times out of 10, those assumptions be dead wrong. So no, and also crystals do kind of work like Bluetooth as well. So you have to be within 6 feet, in a 6 foot radius of your crystals, for them to give you the energy that you need. So they don't have to be directly on your body. It's okay if they are, but they don't have to be. But if you within 6 feet of that crystal, you gonna get that energy that you need, that extra energy.
Thank you for addressing that. I definitely had questions about, different crystals and, like you said, it does help you when it comes to, for example, maintaining your positive energy or like wanting to remain in a positive space, or you're around somebody, you walk away and you're feeling drained. That matters, right? And as a spiritual being, you really have to be careful about who you are around, what you are doing, the spaces that you navigate into, who you chilling with, who you go out with. Like, all of that matters, because at the end of the day, when you leave their presence and you're alone in your own, you can kind of feel like, okay, change within me. Like, I feel tired all of a sudden. I was fine when, but now, since I done came back from so and so house, I don't feel well. I feel sick. I feel all of that matters. So I kind of want to follow up with, what are like some good crystals or protective stones, will, that would make sure that you are, or a person is able to like stabilize their energy and get back to their home state after interacting.
Okay, hold on. So, Mommy of Twins 2014, she said, you're starting to heal when it's uncomfortable. Man, I'm so happy to be a part of this live. Thank you. We're happy that you're a part of this live. You could be anywhere in the world, but you decide to be here with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And so crystals they help with like your energy and stuff. Ooh, child, you caught me off guard with that one. We didn't go over that one in the pre-show for yesterday, bitch. It's so many crystals. Like, there's literally so many. It's really a lot. You can never go wrong with any type of black crystal, obsidian, stuff like that. I can't think about it off the top of my head, but this is a Apache. It's an obsidian, but it's called something, an Apache tier or something like that. So you can always use any type of black crystal that help to remove negative energy. Any type of clear quartz will help to amplify the energy of whatever crystals you're working with. You can also use amethyst. That is a really great crystal. For balancing energy. And then you have tiger's eyes that can help. Selenite. I have selenite on my waist beads. Selenite is a crystal that it doesn't have to be cleansed or charged. It cleanses and charges all crystals and amplifies the energy properties of those crystals. And then you can also you can use dragon's blood, Palo Santo, to clear energy, bind energy, and stuff like that.
Thank you for that. My bad for catching you off guard, but I knew you was gonna have it. That's why I was tripping. So, okay, stigma. All spiritual people do is practice voodoo, hoodoo. It's witchcraft. Spirituality is witchcraft. What do you think?
Child. Okay, so witchcraft. Um, so witchcraft, first of all, you don't have to be spiritual to do witchcraft. You don't have to be, okay, let me see. Hold on. Okay. Okay, invitation. Oh, let's give what I need. Thanks for it. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Thank you. So witchcraft, yes. Anybody could do witchcraft. You don't have to be spiritual just to do witchcraft. Witchcraft is wishing bad on somebody. Witchcraft is somebody telling you that the good shit that they have going on in their life, and then they happy and excited about the moves and the changes that they're about to make, and then you sitting over there being a hating ass bitch and wishing that nothing don't work out in their favor. That's witchcraft. That's witchcraft. Witchcraft is not just sitting here and playing with candles and crystals and herbs and stuff. I mean, yes, that is a part of it. But you wishing bad on somebody, that's witchcraft. Regardless of how you look at it or not, it's witchcraft. You are trying in manipulation. You know that your intention's not good for somebody, but you in their face anyway. That's witchcraft because you are altering that person's energy. You are manipulating the energy of that person so they don't see you for who you really are. That's witchcraft. So everybody practice witchcraft. How about that? I mean, yeah, you go see somebody that actually, know what they doing. Like you may be practicing witchcraft unintentionally, but you're still doing it. You're still doing it. So, but yes, I remember somebody asked me to make them like some type of love spell, love potion to do some type of something they wanted me to do, talking about something. Yeah, because I want my husband to fall in love with me, and I want him to be extra all over me and stuff. And I was like, I said, oh no, baby, I don't play with people energy. I don't zibble and dabble in that. I don't mess with people free will. I don't do that. Because what I need for people to understand, it don't matter what you believe in. It don't matter who you believe in. It don't matter what kind of church you go to. It does not matter what you put out into the universe. That shit gonna always come back to you. Because energy cannot be destroyed. It can't be destroyed. So if you can't destroy it, you done spoke this energy up, and now you done sunk it to somebody else, and now that person getting spiritually attacked, they getting attacked because you just sucked that energy that way and stopping them people from doing what they gotta do. But when that person finally learn how to spiritually protect themselves and learn how to send that energy back to his motherfucking sender, and that energy gonna come back and tell your ass up because you summoned it, karma is real. Karma may not come today, tomorrow, next year, next week. It may wait 10 years to come sneak up and get your ass. But that energy that you put out, it's always going to come back to you. It don't matter what you believe. It's always going to come back to you. So, let me see. Even with your even with you having those thoughts and not saying it, which thoughts? Oh yeah. About the witchcraft. Yes. Yep. Like that's really witchcraft. Like wishing bad on somebody. Like people don't realize everybody be wanting to point the finger, and then they got three pointing right back at them. So before you point that finger at somebody, check yourself. Check yourself because when I converted over to spirituality, I had like a lot of people like inboxing me trying to be slick or whatever, trying to see if I'm going to call them out. They trying to see if I know the stuff that I know because they know I do like tarot readings. I read energy and stuff like that. And they be trying to see like if I'm gonna call them out on it. I'm not calling you out on nothing because it's for me to know. I don't have to tell you everything I know. I don't have to tell you that I know that you lying to me. I don't have to tell you that I know that you conniving. I don't have to tell you that I know that. It's for me to know. I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. And that's what a lot of people be trying to get. Like somebody had messaged me. She been making dresses for like a very long time, since before I was born. And she gonna message me talking about yeah, because I'm not gonna be making dresses, for adults no more. I'm just gonna be making kids dresses. And I just say, oh, okay, well, whatever you decide to do, I'm pretty sure you're gonna do great. You're gonna excel. Now this lady in her 70s. Ma'am, why is you all up in my motherfucking messages with these fucking lies? What you trying to see if I really read energy? Yeah, I know you lying to me, but I'm not about to tell you that. I'm not entertaining you. So you plotting and scheming, and you have ill intent coming fucking with me, but you the one with the negative energy, and I'm just sitting over here minding my business. That's witchcraft. Leave people alone, man. Just stop being hating ass bitches and niggas. Like, stop. Let people do what they do.
And that be the thing. Don't be, first of all, energy never lies, right?
Yes.
You can say one thing, but I can feel how you really thinking about me, what you're really wishing for me, what you're hoping for me. Like, I've had people in the past be like, oh, I'm so proud of you, Chris. You finally finished. Oh my God. But in the back of their mind, it was, damn, she done did it. She done finished school. Damn. And it's like, oh, you in my face saying how proud of me you are, but deep down inside, you feel some type of way that I actually was able to accomplish a goal that I put in my mind that I was going to accomplish. So really be thinking, and this is not limited to spirituality. When people are protected and guided and led by God, the divine source, spirit, whatever you call it, you really can't get over. And just because they don't say anything about it or don't bring attention to it or call you out, like I say, doesn't mean they don't know.
I be trying to tell them, child.
Anything. That's why me and my best friend was talking yesterday. And she was like, yeah, I remember when this person did this to me, and I really was going through a lot to overcome and just wish that I would have said something about it. Like, no. For what? They thought they got over, but we don't know how they being how they paying now. Just because we don't see that karma come back on them, that don't mean they're not going through it.
Child, for real. And I'm at the point where I don't even care what people think. Like, I don't like if you think that I don't know, if you think that you got over, baby, that is fine. Cause I know. And that's what I really need people to understand about me. I had a dude, I was talking to him on the phone, and I don't know, something happened. I was mad with work. And because the computer system was, I don't know, it was just acting crazy that day. So I'm like aggravated. And he was like, oh yeah, flip your desk over and break your computers and let me see how bad you is. I was like, how childish is that? First of all, I don't have to prove nothing to you. Like, why the fuck would I do that dumbass shit? Break my fucking equipment for fucking what, nigga? Like, do you hear yourself? Show me how bad you is. Because I don't have nothing to prove to you. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. Yes, I read energy. Yeah, I know what motherfuckers be thinking and how they be feeling about me. Do I care? No. It's just something for me to know so I can protect myself and so I can know how to fuck with you and how to move around. I'm not about to sit up here and do no witchcraft on you. I don't fucking care how you feel about me. You have to live with those thoughts. You, not me. Not me. So I don't care how you feel. I don't care what you think. That's your opinion. I know the facts over here. That's all that matters. But yeah, they was trying to test that bad water, trying to test the water with the bad energy. I feel like this applies to everyone, not just beliefs. What you put out will always come back no matter whatever you believe in. Yes. It definitely does. Okay, be careful for what you ask for. The devil, evil, bad energy will give you exactly what you want and desire and knock your ass off your feet, period. It really will. Because it's going to come back to collect with interest, bitch. And I'll be trying to find out. So I'll just be minding my business and be drinking my water and eating my fruits and my bad vegan food from time to time.
Do we have any other questions, comments, concerns that we can address here before we move on? I'll give you a couple of seconds.
Oh, girl, I'm about to knock my little tripod over. Hold on, baby. Stay down. right. All right. You got any other stigmas for us? Rubs hands like Birdman.
Hmm. We kind of did most like the that I've heard. Um, I don't know how, but this is kind of related. Maybe it might be like a specific topic, but I'm gonna put it out there. And if you not energetically capable, then we can not worry about it. But this the idea of karmic, divine feminine, divine masculine, like karmic relationships in general. What are those? And how does that apply to your spiritual growth? Like, let me reword. Do karmic relationships come along to kind of like delay, block you from your spiritual growth? If so, how do you get out of it? Can you?
I mean, yeah, you gonna always have tests. You gonna always have tests. Life is a never-ending school. It's not, like how we got school and then eventually, like, you've learned everything that you could learn about that subject, and then there's no more school for it. You are just done. It's not like that with this journey. You're gonna always have tests. You're gonna always have somebody coming in to test your energy and try to stop you from, just being you and doing what you're supposed to be doing. You always gonna have those energies or demons or whatever you want to call it. You're gonna always have those distractions. Always. It may not be the same. It may be the same. But it's the energy. And I believe that we all have certain energies that is specifically assigned to us, like to attack us and stop us, because it's literally been like the same type of energies. Like every situation that I've been in with the a close hater, it was always the same motive. The same motive. It's just a different body, but the same energy. And everybody has it. Everybody has the same situations that they face over and over and over and over again, because it's a cycle. So yes, you're gonna have things to come in and try to get you off of your path. But then once you go through that and you realize that, hey, that was a test and I was supposed to learn something from it. It's basically teaching you something every single time. And eventually you're gonna just not even give into that type of energy. It was something else you said. You said about the karmic energy and something else.
Karmic relations, like, are they also associated with like trying to dissuade, stop you from growing spiritually and learning the lessons? And if you are in a karmic relationship or have been in a relationship, how do you know it's karmic and how do you get out of it?
Um, you gonna know because the shit gonna be hard as fuck. Like nothing that's for you. Like you shouldn't have to like fight for nothing that's divinely yours. Like, not saying that it's gonna be perfect, but you literally shouldn't have to beg for nobody time. You shouldn't have to beg for nobody attention. You shouldn't have to prove yourself. Like, I mean, I get it. Like, we all have things that we done been through, but it should be like some type of limit. Like, nah, I care about this person too much, so I'm not going to put them through X, Y, Z. Like, that's just how I feel about it. So yeah, like when I see somebody with those same kind of traits and characteristics, and you feel like, oh, I'm too masculine for you, then go find less, bitch, because I'm not changing who I am.
That's
I'm not lowering my standards. I'm not doing that. I done learned the lessons, and you want me to be dumb and forget about all the shit that I done learned. before you, and you think that you gonna tell me everything that all these people have told me before, and I'm just supposed to fall head over heels for you. No, I'm not doing that shit. That's dumb on me. I didn't saw you before. Same shit, different day. And I don't want it. I don't want it. So yeah, they will definitely stop you and try to, lower your energy and make you feel like less than what you are. If they feel like you're above them, go find somebody on your level. Stop trying to humble me and let my man find me, please.
Please. That's something I learned because we talked about like my relationships or connections and situationships where I felt like they were trying to break my spirit and make me feel like I was asking for too much, that I wanted too much, that I thought I was better than them, that I thought that, they just had to bow down to me and it's just like I never came across with that type of energy or that type of, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to, let's partner up, let's heal together, let's do this together, let's do that together. But I had to realize and I had to learn, you ain't gonna have to constantly, well, can we do this? They just gonna know, like it's just gonna flow. You ain't gonna have to do anything extra or change who you are, your inherent being, or change what you like or anything like that. Now, if it's toxic, yes, they gonna, the right relationship is gonna pull that out of you and make you address that and heal from that. But like if it's constantly, you making progress and you trying to heal and grow and you wanting to do things differently and you just want to, be happy and at peace, and it's like you're constantly arguing. Like in my last situationship, it was constant arguing. Like, what are we fighting about? All I asked you to do was let me know you okay when you leave the house and let me know when you get back home. How is that an argument? It's like every little thing will be an argument. It will be a problem when you're just trying to be there for them. And it's like it's nothing to do with you. Sometimes we always internalize things or try to make things our fault or taking accountability for something that we don't even need to be accountable for. So I think just like when you're still healing or you're on the healing journey, and I'm still learning this when it comes to relatives, friends, family, all of that, when people try to attack me or make me feel some type of way for just being myself and trying to love on them, they might not be in a place to accept that. And that's not my fault. That's not going to make me stop being who I am. It's just I'm going to learn how to, who to give that love and energy to. You don't want it? Okay, cool. I'll give it to the next person. But you can't be mad because I'm not giving it to you. I'm not begging you, chasing you down, constantly wanting or trying to seek out your approval or your acceptance. When you reach a certain place in your journey, like Kai said, you really just don't care. It is what it is. You're going through it. I send you love and light. I'm going to be over here shining and thriving. I wish you the best. And that takes a long time, but it's possible.
Doesn't a karmic relationship supposed to help you grow? It's like painful but necessary, but only meant to be a temporary relationship. Is that correct? Yeah, that is definitely, it's basically karmic relationships is like, it's like school. Like I'm gonna always come back to school. Like always. It's like school. So, you go, you have this relationship, right? Let's say first boyfriend. And he and y'all end up breaking up. He broke your heart, whatever. You broke his heart, whatever. Somebody's heart got broke. So that taught you, that hurt you. And that made you go into the next relationship with a little more caution. So you're looking at what this person did to you, and now you're kind of looking at this person kind of side-eyed. So once you start to notice a pattern, with this next person that's similar to the pattern from the last person, that should be, your signal to be like, oh, hey, look, I recognize this pattern. All right, so I'm gonna address it, to see if that person gonna change it. Okay, so I addressed it and the person never did it again. Cool. You know, y'all go down the line, something else come up, you address it, they change their behavior, you change your behavior. Cool, that's how it's supposed to be. But let's say, you address it, and then like next month they doing the same shit again. And then you address it again. And then the next month, things good for a month. And then the next time, another month rolled around, now they doing the same shit again. You got to recognize the patterns. And it's not going to be nobody's fault but yours for staying, because they didn't already showed you who they are. And what they're doing, they're just pretending, putting on a show, bringing their representative so they can keep you and have you however they want to have you, because they know that them telling the truth and being real ain't gonna get them what they want. So they're gonna lie to you. They're gonna continue to manipulate you and your energy and to get what they want from you. But it's on you to recognize the pattern. It's on you to recognize that, hey, look, this same energy keeps coming to me, just in a different body. So by then you should recognize like what that energy is and cut it off expeditiously. And then the quicker you learn that energy and you see it coming, and the quicker you cut it off, the quicker something else gonna come in for you. I don't know how long your journey is or how many tests you have to go through before you meet your person, but sometimes we keep getting the same type of energy because something within us we not fixing, we not learning. Something within us is keeping us in alignment with those same type of energies for us to not be attracting some better energy. But once you do start attracting better energy, you do start working on yourself, that don't mean you're still not going to attract them fuck boys, because you're still going to attract them, but you're going to attract better quality, high quality men. And when I say high quality, they don't got nothing to do with their money, because they be having niggas out here with a whole bunch of money and they just be grown boys. So high value, high quality. It ain't about your pockets, baby. How you treat me?
Oh,
How you living?
how do you treat me?
Okay.
Any other questions, comments for Kai, the hood therapist? I'm glad we did this. I know how you feel about a part two on spirituality. People can submit questions maybe, and we're gonna go a little deeper, or you can leave the education hour on something else spiritually, related. To talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, if people have questions, like if y'all have questions like about spirituality and stuff, y'all could definitely like inbox us. You can email us. And we can definitely put a part two for this education hour on what is spirituality, because it's really a whole lot and it can get so deep, like very, 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 very deep. So this was like basic, like surface level, conversation about what spirituality is. So yeah, if y'all have any questions and stuff, please hit us up.
All right. I don't see nothing. So we're gonna wrap up. You got for us final words.
Wait, what you said it was cutting out?
I said we're gonna wrap up because our hour is basically over and we don't have no questions or comments in the chat. So what final thoughts do you have for us in regards to this particular education hour?
Oh, well, just the stigmas that we covered. We don't, every spiritual person does not worship ancestors. Everybody don't practice witchcraft. Everybody not chopping off chickens' heads and dancing over fire. Like, everybody not doing it. Like, if y'all have questions, just ask. Like, before you assume. That's pretty much it. That's it. That's all. That's all I really have to say. And I think we should do a part two, and talk about some more stuff later on, maybe in a couple of months.
Yep, and that's cool. I'm gonna add that to the document. The next time we will be going live is August 26th.
Yeah.
And we said we're gonna do that one kind of. Did we say 5 or 7 for that one?
I think we're gonna do 5. How you feel about going 5?
We could do 5 since we've had some changes happen to our schedules. So 5 nights
Yeah.
moving forward. We have not yet decided a topic, but we're gonna keep y'all posted. Post the flyer, and inform you of what the next topic is. Probably a week or so before the actual live. You can email us, speak your truth, safe to speak 222 at gmail.com for any questions, comments, concerns, or if you would like to appear on our podcast or you want to have a particular topic that we discuss, go ahead and email us and we check that every day. We'll get back with you. If you know of any men that are actively doing the work to heal that you think would be a good fit for coming on and speaking with us about a particular topic, again, email us, message us, DM us. We're definitely looking for more men coming on and sharing their perspectives and how that correlates with their own spiritual journey and their own healing. And yeah, we're here for you. If you have any comments, questions, concerns, or you need some type of support, just reach out. No judgment zone here. Safe space. Whatever you share with us, that's your experience. We're not going to dictate or try to tell you what you can and can't talk about on here. That's not what we're about. So with that, I'm going to do a brief, words of encouragement. We talked about spirituality today and the different stigmas that surround spirituality and what people might think about spiritual people, those that are practicing things that are not traditional. And so I just want to encourage you to do what feels right for you. Not everybody, again, I've said this repeatedly, not everybody will support or understand where you are in your journey or what you are doing that feels right for you. But at the end of the day, it's for you. You can't live your life based on what people think or what they say, because they're going to talk about you, whether you're doing good, whether you're doing bad, whether you're flourishing, whether you're on rock bottom. They're going to talk. So live your life for you. Do what feels right to you. Heal for you. And only then will the right people come along, people that will pour into you, that will love you for who you truly are, that will, support you and really genuinely want to see you do well. That's what the journey is about. And it's not going to be like someone else's journey. Like we say, what I'm going through may not be what Kai is going through, and vice versa. But having people that you can relate to or actually go to and they pour into you, you can ask questions or get some type of insight from or learn from in some way. That's what's important. So just keep going, keep growing, keep learning, keep thriving, and eventually it'll all make sense. Things, just because you're a spiritual person or you're practicing a different type of journey or you're going through a different journey, that doesn't mean that life doesn't life. Because life be lifing for us. Life is lifing right now. But at the end of the day, it's like your perspective. How are you looking at it? What are you learning from it? What is it trying to teach you? That's what this is all about, So keep going. That's all we could say.
Yes, keep going. And then I'll close it out with our affirmation of the day. And the affirmation today, I really want you to say this as an affirmation. It comes from the Holy Bible, the King James Version, and it's Psalms 82, 6 through 7. I have said, ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High. But ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Arise, O God, and judge the earth, for thou shalt inherit all nations. And I really want you to say that as an affirmation, because you are a God, you are a goddess. It's in the Bible. So learn who you are, get in tune with the God in you, with the goddess in you, get in tune with yourself, get in tune with nature, get in tune with the world, get in tune with the earth. because it's our shit. It's in the Bible. Like it's ours. So, get in tune with yourself, love yourself, meditate, eat healthy, take care of yourself. If you don't care about you, nobody else gonna care about you. Think about, be mindful about what you're putting in your body, food, drink. Be mindful of what you're listening to. Be mindful of what you're watching. Be mindful of the company you keep, because all of those things can distract you and get you off your path. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and close it out. And we will see y'all Saturday, August 26th at 5 p.m. Central Time. And we're out, guys. Bye.